G'day headbangers and welcome to Dozel's Metalworks. Welcome back my fellow metalheads to another edition of Dozel's Metalworks. I had a nice week off last week. Had my son for a month previously, so I decided just to take it easy. Plus I was POV and I had a headache. I wasn't feeling bleh. So after a refreshing week, after being back at work for the week, nice quiet one, days back into it. So anyway, going to do the list that I was meant to do last weekend. So we are dealing with the year of 2016. That's right, the 2010s. Alright, so we're going to start off this list with 11 by Metal Church. One of the albums that Mike Howe did before he passed away. The standout tracks from this album were Shadow, Soul Eating Machine, and It Waits. I need new glasses, seriously. So it wasn't too bad. As I said, I've got to get used to the albums where Mike Howe returned for the band. But yeah, anyway. Number 9, we have Rule Breaker by Primal Fear. Now this is a band I'm getting back into in a big way. Freaking great albums they've got there. Number 1, we're dealing with Angel of Mercy. Number 2, In Metal We Trust. Yeah. And number 3, title track Rule Breaker. But you really get into Primal Fear. They're pretty sweet. Number 8, we have Metal Resistance by Baby Metal. Number 1, we have Karate Hey-Ya. Number 2, we have GJ. And number 3, I'd seen lists recently where this song was meant to be one of the saddest songs in metal. And I 100% agree. I have no idea what they were saying, but for some reason it freaking made me tear up. And the song is called No Rain, No Rainbow. And looking up what it's about lost love. So I went, yep, I can see why people, shed a tear over this song. Very powerful song. But honourable mention is the one. Why this one made it onto here is because it's an English version. They sung in English. It's like, what? But yeah, it's not too bad. That's why that's there. Number 7, we have Lost in Forever by Beyond the Black. I actually own this album on CD. The only one I do own from them. The whole album's pretty good, but the top tracks for me were Lost in Forever, Beyond the Mirror, and Forget My Name. Like I said, the whole album is pretty good, so yeah, get into that. Number 6, we have The Last Stand by Sabaton. Because we all love Sabaton, don't we, boys and girls? Yes. So number 1, we have one of my favourite tracks from these guys, The Winged Hussars. Number 2, Sparta. And number 3, Blood of Bannockburn from Scotland, the Coots. Now number 5, this one's interesting. So it's The Astonishing by Dream Theater. Now what I've done here is I didn't even do 1, 2, 3. I just said, look, I couldn't pick. I wasn't really going to sit down and listen to an album that goes for 2 hours because it's 3 CDs worth. I've just gone, yeah, that's way too much. So I'll just say, look, the whole album's decent. Can't really pick one. So, Okay, number 4, we have Dystopia by Megadeth. Not bad for one of their later albums. Top track for me is The Threat Is Real. Then Poisonous Shadows and Death. There's Death From Within. Yeah, Death From Within. So yeah, not too bad. Number 3, we have Maximalize by Amaranth. Top song for this one is On the Rocks. Bit of an interesting intro to it, but anyway. Then Maximize and Supersonic. But again, the whole album's pretty sweet. I mean, I've always liked Amaranth albums, so yeah, can't go wrong with there. Okay, then we have number 2, which I'm still trying to get on CD. Freaking unfortunately, Utopia is sold out at the moment. It's like, ugh. And that's Brotherhood of the Snake by Testament. Oh, now this is a true banger of an album. So we're going to go with Brotherhood of the Snake at number 1, Seven Seals at number 2, and Neptune's Spear at number 3. But like I said, this whole album's a banger. Ripstord up, Pearl a cracker. Yeah, fantastic. I'm still trying to get it on CD, but yeah, anyway, we'll get it soon enough. And number 1, we are finishing off, Was There Any Shadow of a Doubt? Hardwired to Self-Destruct by Metallica. Again, this whole album is a banger. That's right, banger. Even more of a banger than Mr. Hammer. So anyway, Hardwired, favourite track for there. Spit Out the Bone, definitely number 2. And Atlas Rise at number 3. So there you go, boys and girls. That concludes the year of 2016. Now, the second part of today's video will be an edition of Dozer Smash. Now, Dozer Smash will be a segment I'll be doing where it's basically nothing to do with hard rock or heavy metal at all. It's going to do with some random stuff, whether it's something, hobbies I have, or non-metal music, or my favourite type of movies and TV shows and shit like that. So yeah, I'll just have to make a quick change and get ready for that one. Click. Alright, so for what we're going to do with this episode of Dozer Smash, it's Australia Day tomorrow here in the land down under. So what I'm going to do is I made a list over the past few days of well over 100 Aussie songs. Now I want to remind people that I didn't get into heavy metal until about 88, 89, so I still love my pop music because that's all I listened to on the radio for many decades basically. And because I'm 51 this year, I grew up listening to a lot of 80s music. But this list I made up over 100 songs. It's all Aussie stuff. And I picked, some of them are classic Aussie anthems, and some of them are just well-known songs from these artists. Some of them might be well-known by people, some of them are not. I also picked my favourite when it comes to certain artists, but I might mention one or two of their other songs that were popular as well. So yeah, we'll get right into it. And I said this covers all different genres of Australian music here. But we're going to start off with, in my eyes, probably one of the best, if not the best, Aussie anthem in the world, and that is Working Class Man by Jimmy Barnes. Barnesy! Right, so then we have Tucker's Daughter by Ian Moss, K Sand by Cold Chisel, Take Me Back by Noiseworks, Great Southern Land by Icehouse, You're the Voice by John Farnham. Now I chose Summer by Dragon, even though they've had songs that are probably a bit more well known, but that's definitely my favourite. Next one was a toss up for me for Midnight Oil, was either Blue Sky Mining or Beds of Burning, so I went with Blue Sky Mining. Blue Sky Mine. Better by Screaming Jets. Next one was a toss up between Rush You or Early Warning, so I went with Early Warning by Baby Animals. Never Tear Us Apart by In Excess. Next one, well, you know, Akadaka, so there's a lot of songs there I could have picked, but I went with Thunderstruck because that's my personal favourite. Come Said the Boy by Mondo Rock. Now this isn't my favourite song by a long shot by The Angels, but it was the most well known, and it's Am I Ever Gonna See Your Face Again. Out of Mind, Out of Sight by The Models. I Want You by Savage Garden. Run to Paradise by the Choir Boys. Groove by Eurogliders, even though most people would probably know their song Heaven. Boys Light Up by Australia Crawl. Then you have Ring My Bell by Colette. Technically it was a cover, but probably her most well-known ones. Live It Up by Mental As Anything. Love Is a Bridge by Little River Band. That's page 1. So page 2, we have Solid Rock by Goanna. Down Under by Men at Work. Lovers in the Air, John Paul Young. Sounds of Then by Gangajang, classic Aussie anthem there. Darling It Hurts by Paul Kelly, again probably had a few other ones like To Her Door, which were probably a bit more popular, but Darling It Hurts is great in my eyes. I Still Call Australia Home by Peter Allen. Throw Your Arms Around Me by Hunters and Collector. Now my Skyhooks, look, horror movie, ego is not a dirty word, probably big ones for them. But look, my favourite was Jukebox in Siberia. We have Brave. This one was a toss-up actually. Brave or Bedroom Eyes by Kate Ceberano. One Summer by Daryl Braithwaite. Onion Skin by Boom Crash Opera. Absolutely Everybody by Vanessa Amorosi. Prisoner of Society by The Living End. Are You Gonna Be My Girl by Jet. Pub With No Beer by Slim Dusty. Geez, that's an old classic, that one. Don't Dream It's Over, Crowded House. Touch Myself by Divinals. What's My Scene by the Hoodoo Gurus. Evie Part 1 by Stevie Wright. Mexican Girl by Smokey, even though Living Next Door to Alice was probably a bit more well known. True Blue by John Williamson. Harley and Rose by Black Sorrows, even though Hold On To Me was another good song by them. And Too Young for Promises by Coup d'Etat. Okay, page 3. We have Locomotion by Kylie Minogue. Obviously she has a lot more songs that were better than Locomotion. Locomotion was a cover, but that was probably her well-known one back in the day. Torn, Natalie Imbruglia. I Was Only 19 by Redgum. Song formerly known as by Regurgitator. Black Betty by Spiderbait, even though that one's a cover as well. Freak by Silverchair. Friday on My Mind by the Easy Beats. Nothing in This World by Taxi Ride. They did had a couple of songs that are a bit more well known, but Nothing in This World is my favourite. Wasn't It Good by Tina Arena. Change was another good one by her. Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. That is their best song. Next Time by Marie Wilson. Now, I've got a personally signed Marie Wilson CD here for one I was in concert years ago. So that's pretty sweet. Rip It Up, 28 Days. Born to Try, Delta Goodrem. Turn Me Loose, Young Divas. Sexy Is the Word by Melissa. Read My Lips was another one she had, which is good. Strawberry Kisses, Nikki Webster. Too Many Broken Hearts, Jason Donovan. Drive by Shannon Knoll. Suddenly by Angry Anderson. That's a classic, beautiful power ballad, that one. It was either that or Bound for Glory, which was another great track from him. Heart in Danger by Southern Sons. And Breakaway by Big Pig. Okay, page 4. If I Could, 1927. Kiss Me by Indecent Obsession. I Don't Think I Know by Brooke McClymont. Trying to find that song these days is harder to find than a needle in a haystack, seriously. Buses and Trains by Bachelor Girl, even though I'm Just a Girl is another good song by them. Don't Call Me Baby by Madison Avenue. What About Me, My Moving Pictures. Running Wild by Airborne. Mona by Craig McLaughlin. He Don't Love You by Human Nature. Now, if you ever see the video clip for this, you'll think you're watching an NSYNC video. Seriously. Eagle Rock by Daddy Cool. Treaty by Yothu Indi. House of Cards by James Rain. Hurricane by James Freud. Funky Town, Pseudo Echo. Physical by Olivia Newton-John. Now, she's got a lot of songs that I liked a lot more than Physical, but that was her most well-known one. Black Fingernails, Red Wine by Eskimo Joe. We Are by Killing Heidi. Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield. Amazing by Alex Lloyd. I Got You by Split Ends. Marvellous by 12th Man. That's a good one there. I suppose Australiana by Ostentatious was another good one. What else? We have My Happiness by Powderfinger. All Out of Love by Air Supply. According to You by Orianthe. And Wanna Be Up by the Shantuzis. Now, final bit here, we have Forever Young by Youth Group, My Island Home by Christine Anu, Coming Home by Shepherd, Ooh Ah Just a Little Bit by Gina G, Under the Milky Way by The Church, Girls on the Avenue by Richard Clapton, not to be confused with Eric Clapton, Thunder in My Heart by Leo Sayer, who I've actually met Leo Sayer, who was a true gentleman, that dude, seriously. Scar by Missy Higgins, This Is It by Danny Minogue, Way Out West, James Blundell and James Rain, Wave the World by Max Q, That's Gold by Paul Harrigan, Kiss Kiss by Holly Valance, and She's the One by the Cockroaches. So yeah, there's well over 100 tracks there, boys and girls. There was one Aussie song that I could have mentioned, but I had it with a passion. Rex hates it with a passion, and yet it won an Academy Award, a Grammy Award. So what the hell? Anyway, that's my list of over 100 Aussie classic songs. Some of them are anthems, some of them not so much. But yeah, happy Australia Day, Aussie, Aussie, oi, oi, oi. And until next time, people, mosh on.